Welcome back to Kicking It with Kenya. I know it's been such a long time and I miss doing my show. I feel like it's been months, Louis. Has it been months? Like it's been so freaking long since I did my show. As you can see, we're revamping in new places, new things, and I am joined by two new people. We got Earl Newman Jr. on the couch. You know, you're going to check him out on his page. Don't worry, we're going to have contact information below. And we got Afia from Adult-ish Podcast. So fun, so cool, so entertaining. Definitely make sure you check that out. And you know on this show, we do not just ask the typical boring questions. We get up in their business. I'm joking. I ain't going to. We get into some business. We're going to learn about these people. So, obviously, now that things are full circle, I got my original camera person for my first show ever. It's only right that I kick it off with a topic about dating. So, guys, dating while broke. Nice. Is it possible? Yes or no? Or do you guys, have you ever dated somebody broke?
Yes and yes.
I need you to elaborate.
Sure. So I did date an individual who told me flat out when we started dating. So met him online, which was the first time I ever did that. And when we just started talking, he basically told me, like, listen, my work is unstable. Like, the industry that I work in right now, it's not, like, he works like as a freelance, and he does, like, some landscaping work and stuff like that. So he was like, my money is not right. Like, I'm just letting you know that up front. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, so long as you tell me that you're not, you know, we can't be flexing and going to dinners here, and here. Like, I'm cool with that. We can have a dinner at home. We can do a picnic. I'm a budgetista myself, DIY person. So I'm like, I have no problem with that. I would absolutely hate if a person gave me the impression that, like, they had money because, you know, they're paying for a bill here, paying for a tab there, and then out of nowhere it's like, so I can't go anywhere because, and they're just making up all these random ass reasons for it. So I have dated somebody who, you know, the money wasn't great, but we made do. Like, we would just have, like, dinners indoors. I would cook, he would cook, or if we wanted to go out somewhere, we would just go somewhere we didn't require money, parks, museums, just kick it, walk around, things like that. So try to make work.
Question, how important is money? And I feel like this answer will probably differentiate depending on the gender as well. Yeah. How important is your partner having money?
It's not a requirement for me. Of course, I want you to be able to sustain yourself, but I don't look at somebody in order to help me get further or to pay for my money. Me as a man, I feel like I should just hold down that fort when it comes to that. Possibly pay for yours too, but I don't look at it at a female as like, what's your pockets looking like? That's not a requirement for me. It's like, how can you make me feel, and, like, you know, cover everything else besides the financial. I should have that, in my opinion.
Louis?
I mean, I've dated girls that, you know, didn't have a job, or, you know, I was the, you know, the person that made more money. But when you say, like, dating while broke, like, what do you mean by broke? You mean, that's like, because it's like, all right, is it like I have my own, I'm paying my rent and all of this, so I don't have extra curricular money, broke? Or, like, I don't have a job, I'm not doing nothing with my life, I'm kind of a bum broke.
I don't know, so, like, when I think about broke, and obviously this is a very blunt topic, but when I think about broke, I feel like, all right, I have dated guys who are able to sustain themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, I have dated guys, like, a previous person I was dating guys that they would have, like, their own place, maybe, and they were able to function on their own. But when it came to, like, things that I would need, or things like dating, or, like, going on a trip, or, like, you know, an extra thing that really makes a relationship kind of romantic, it's like, give me a few minutes, I'll get the money. Like, or like, oh, you know, like, I'll get the money, or you get the tickets, I'll pay you back.
Yeah,
type stuff. Or like, they can't fathom the extraness because they're too busy taking care of their own bills. So it's like, how can we build?
So I could see myself personally, like, even back when I was an amateur, I was training, and I didn't have no time for no work. So, and the only availability, I mean, I still feel like I needed love too.
So I can date my bro.
People need love too.
So, I would train, like, my availability was at night. And I guess I kind of finagled the system a little bit, like, you know, I feel like I have good conversation. So I'm able to reel them in. So.
Not finagle.
So I had a good conversation, but then the only thing open at nighttime was Wendy's. So 4
Listen, that's my kind of date. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you can win me over with some Wendy's. That kind of is type.
4 for 4, some conversation, and I'm in there.
Bro, give me that chili.
And because you only saw them at night, so it's gonna work.
Like normally, I would finish training, take a nap, and then it's like, okay, I'm up. Like, what you up to? And then like they understood my lifestyle, and I didn't get beat up for it too much. And then finally, I started making some money from boxing. And things were different.
And that's the importance when you say building, because I feel like you can sustain a relationship and not really have like money doesn't have to be the be all end all, because that's something that can change. But that's what I'm saying. Like when you say broke, I feel like it depends on why the person is broke. Are they building towards something and that's where their money's going? Or are they just not working, not doing nothing with their lives and they're broke? If that's the case, that's different.
Yeah.
But if it's like you boxing, like this is what you're trying to do, I feel like if you're dating someone like that, wouldn't you want to support that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, if we're going to be married or we're going to have a relationship forever, we got plenty of time to do all of that. But, you know what I mean? Like, that's part of building too. Build your dream, build my dream. Like, we're trying to, build up together. We don't necessarily have to, like, go on these extravagant trips all the time. Now, on the flip side, in my personal opinion, what I do is like, okay, let's say if I'm dating you and I know you want to go travel somewhere. And then my mind's like, all right, maybe next year we could do something. So if I know that, then right now it's like I can put some money to the side, each check, and save up for next year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we could compromise in that way, where it's just like I may not have the money now, but I could get the money. Let's put it together. Let's plan something, and some sort of compromise. You know what I mean? Because not everybody may not have like the let's just go somewhere right now money.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
Income, sitting around.
But that's what I mean. Like it can be something that you guys can plan and plan out if they're willing to compromise or even like a dinner. Like if it's I want to take my girl to dinner. I want to surprise her on this day. Let me start putting something.
See, but that be the issue, and I guess maybe like what you said, you got the money right there. It's like I guess the effort of it, and I think that's what you mentioned earlier. Yeah. Like he still at least took you to the park and y'all did things. I just feel like I guess dating while broke and then you're living in your brokenness is the thing that bothered me. Like you mean to tell me you're not, because you're so check to check, take care of me. You can't think about storing away money, like $20 a week to work towards a nice date. Or you can't think to like, all right, because my issue is this. So me, I'm an independent woman. Like I have my own place. I have a steady job. So it's like I understand being there and building a person, but at the same time, understand you got to sustain me. And I shouldn't feel apologetic of wanting these things when I know I provided for myself. So it's like if you're somebody working towards a dream in a weird way, and I might sound offensive, it's like, then you kind of need to date within that bracket.
I was going to say you need to date on your level if that's the case.
Yeah.
Quite honestly. It's either dating on your level or having open communication, which is kind of like built into what you were talking about. Like, listen, I'm building something. We got a trip here. I'm going to save up for it. You have to have that conversation. You can't have you know what I mean? Like the girl can't be sitting here expecting that you're going to be doing all of these things and you know that you can't. You got to say something.
But don't they say shoot for the moon and if you fall once the stars, so won't you just like?
But see, when you shoot,
I thought you said shoot for the moon. You fall on the stars.
But see, when you
but
shoot
you got
for
to
the
practice
moon,
though.
you shoot for the moon. Sometimes people not prepared to be in space. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean. Like, I mentioned you. Like, you say like you're an independent woman. You got your own. You have more than a lot of other women do have.
Right.
So you are in yourself in a different bracket than a lot of other women. So you would have a lot of men who would probably be in that bracket with you. And you have a lot of men who have less, but to someone else, they may be their come up. To you, it's just like, I got this. Like me, it's like, okay, I have a car. Some men don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? If you have a place, some people don't have a place. So it depends on what you have. But like I said, I feel like if you're going to do it, that's where the compromise has to come in. And there has to be some type of effort and there has to be some type of discussion. It can't just be like, hey, I'm pursuing this and that's all. Then you need to just pursue this and not worry about a relationship because you can't balance the two.
Absolutely.
If you want to balance the two,
it's the balance.
Exactly. And I feel like because I was in that boat for a while, but it's just like I'm very good with splitting my money in different pockets and saving something. If I know this is what I want to do. If I know I want to shoot a short film next year, I'm going to start saving up this year. If I know I want to travel, I'm going to start saving up right now. Rather than when we get there and it's like, hey, we should do something this summer. Well, I was planning for that from last summer, so I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Like we just were in COVID, right? Some of us got a lot of unemployment money. So I was like, what did you do with this unemployment money that you got? Did you put some of it to the side or did you just splurge on Amazon? You know what I mean? So there's ways to make it work. You just have to figure out how you're going to make it work and how you're going to balance everything. And I think that's important.
That's the thing that always bothered me in past situations with dating, and I guess, and I mean, maybe I also have to be reflective in myself. Like maybe I'm just thinking I need to start asking questions up front on what kind of guy I'm dating, because it's just like at the end of the day, I can't stand when it's like you know that you are at this place in life, but then you somehow inadvertently make that my problem, like because you couldn't form that balance of knowing like one, you couldn't reflect to know where you were, and then two, you couldn't find that balance to even factor in another person. So then it's like you have me here, but then we're not doing anything. And then that bothers me, which is somebody who likes to do something and that somebody who built a life on doing something. And then it's like also like with men, when you like you said, shoot for the stars. You're looking at this girl's Instagram, you're seeing all that she do. Why are you dating this woman knowing you can't do this stuff? Like, why are you even trying to be in her inbox and waste your time? Like you're in her inbox, hey babe, what's good? I want to take you. You're putting up this front. You're like, you see we're in a show me society. Like you see this girl tripping, you see this girl at parties, you might see this girl in VIP, you see her dressing up, decked out, you see she like her nails done, you see she like her feet done. You know all of this stuff about like this woman. It's literally like, you don't even need a dating profile. Just go on the gram. You see all of this stuff about this girl. You hit her up, and then you do nothing with her. And then you mad that she's in your ear when like everything you needed to know about this woman is right there.
But can't she do the same too?
So I was about to say,
I don't never make the first move with a guy, so it's like I don't scout. But I don't know. I guess you're gonna allude to like whether or not a girl is able to provide the same things that she's asking for. Is what you're saying? Yeah,
because you said dating while broke. Well, let's apply that to the other. Let's put the shoe on the other foot. What about all the chicks? Like you said, you go on Instagram and you see they're in VIP and this. Are they paying for that themselves? Or is someone else paying for that themselves? Or, I'm going to go here, are they exchanging sexual favors to get themselves? Let's be real here. There's a lot of sugar daddies out here, and there's a lot of girls out here that's doing a lot of stuff for that. Look, you know what I'm saying? So when you have a guy that maybe wants, you know, dare say a loving relationship that doesn't revolve. Oh, I'm broke. The money's not as big as your sugar daddy, so no. And then those be the same girls that end up talking about these men, they just want to use me for my body. They just They see, this is the problem. So dating while broke, you have to analyze why you're dating someone. Is money that important to you that you can't make certain sacrifices on the other way around for a said man? If the man is trying to work towards something, like I said, if the man's just not doing nothing, that's different. Yeah. But if the man's trying to work towards something, boxing career, whatever career this man's trying to work to, can you ultimately make certain sacrifices for the man? You know what I'm saying? Or what about the women that have nothing? The women that are broke and have nothing but good looks, a good weave, and a good body. And
pretend to look like they live beyond their means.
Exactly. But they're really struggling. So that's when they get the, hey babe, how you doing? I'm good. What you up to? Just trying to figure out how to pay my rent. I owe $200.
I need $40.
Yeah. I need $20. Let's not sit here and act like a lot of y'all don't have. This is the ride guy. This is the nails guy. This is the disc guy. Let's be serious here. Y'all do. Y'all got a bunch of people in the draft waiting to be the number one pick. That's a fact. So at the end of the day, a lot of men aren't that fortunate. You know what I'm saying? So most of the time when we say this, when we talk the money, a lot of times it revolves around the man having or not having, not the woman. But so that's why I said you're one of the rarities.
That's historical context with all of that too, or the whole patriarchy kind of thing going with that too.
Like I said, I don't look toward women for financial support, but it's super attractive to me when you can hold your own self down.
Yeah, because she has her own, she don't need me.
And to be honest, it makes me want to do more. It makes me want to do more for her. Like, you know, like if she's able to hold her own self down, it's like, you know what? She don't need me to do as long as do it.
But that's what I think too when it comes down to me. I guess like going back to we all make good points. And I feel like the issue comes and lies into like one, you as a person establishing what you like and what you need and because let's just say your love language is I like gifts. I mean, like that's what you like, and then you want to go find somebody who provide the gifts or whatever. But if your love language is physical touch or quality time, like it sounds like yours was, then like a person then it goes into, it's not about being broke, it's about making sure your partner don't feel it. Like, even though, like, you're training all the time, whatever, and, like, even, like, guys I date, like I'm currently dating now, if they're working, and, like, I know that they're working, but at the end of the night, like, I get a text message, or I get a phone call, or you come over, or you're, like, doing, like, those little things to make sure the person matters, then at least, like, romance shouldn't die just because you don't got the money. Like, there's nothing to get $5 flowers. There's nothing to, like, bring somebody some food. Nothing to do, like, a foot rub with, like, some dollar candles. Like, all of the things we see on Instagram is really achievable with, like, $10. Like, so it's like, if a dude just have the creativity, then, like, maybe this girl or guy wouldn't really feel like I'm not appreciated.
I feel like the creativity is when you're inspired. So it also depends.
You done said a word. You said a word.
So it just might not be the one that you want to do it for.
Oh,
That's a fact. That's not a lie.
I agree. I understand that. But that's why I say, like, in those situations, don't entertain the person. Like, if that's the case, don't entertain them. Like, if you realize at this point, I'm not going to put all this extra effort to, like, be this person for her, that's when you just nip it.
So are you saying that then, why is this person still around? Like, how long does it usually take for you to realize this is not the one? And if that's the case, when you have that conversation, so you're not, like, wasting this person's time.
You shouldn't be wasting time.
I feel like we're in, like, another topic with that one. Like, when do you have that conversation? Like, cause I feel like there'd be dudes who be dragging it, like, 7 months. And then you be like, well, where do I stand? And it's just like, when do you have that
And that's where the resentment builds from the whole being broke thing. When it's like you're with the person for however long.
And it's not even broke what he just said. It's like, I'm not inspired.
It's not even,
I'm not even inspired. So it's like, when do you have that conversation so it don't look like a monetary thing?
As early as possible, I think. I feel like within the first 3 months, if y'all dating, you should get a hint of whether or not this is the person I want to continue dating, or a person who I don't see them as dating material, like they're not for me.
You said 2 months.
I could figure something out within a month, but I like to give chances.
Yeah.
You know, so looked into it.
That's different. It's like, the person got to be inspired. I feel like
it's true. There's a certain level of effort. I know I've had that even with my ex-husband. Like, that was one of our points of contention, that I would say, I feel like you don't show enough of an effort to do the things that I need to be in this marriage.
Sorry, not to...
Nope.
How old are you?
In my 30s. I'm going to be 34 in like 2 weeks.
I thought she was like late 20s. You said late husband?
No, ex-husband.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. But that was the thing. He didn't show effort. And that was a big driving factor for me, because even when we started dating, it was very much, I was the broke person. He was the person working. And then when I started working, I started making more money than him. But the money wasn't the issue. It was never an issue for me, because we could try and figure out, like we said, it could take $10 to, and he was the kind of person, he would bring me cards. Like, if I was having a bad day, he would be flowers, all other shit like that. When we got married, however, that started to change. And I was like, hey, we gotta.
And that pisses me off too.
So, quick question. So, like, when you started making more money, do you feel like the dynamic of your relationship didn't change after that?
Slightly. And honestly, he brought it to my attention and not really me, because I could care less, but he was kind of like, oh, so she got money, so we got money now. I'm like, no, Negro, I have money. We have joint money, and you have your money. Like, that's it ain't all ours, But that was a question that a girl that I know was posing to, with the same whole broke thing, like, men who get, like, why do men not want to date women who have money? Like, that was a whole... I know I'm, like, jumping.
No, you're not. It's still within the umbrella, because that is another thing. Like, I guess emasculating the man.
Right. Like,
can I even live? Because, like, I remember when Housewives. Damn, you could bring everything back to reality TV. Like, I remember when Housewives. Candy said something that her mother said that she taught her. Like, I guess Candy wanted a better house, and then, like, the mother, I guess, told her, sorry, Candy, if I'm getting it wrong. The mother said, like, you shouldn't move, because, like, then you're not leaving room to see what the man could do for you. But I'm like, so the lesson here is, dim your light so that you don't scare away a potential mate. Like, that doesn't make sense. But I feel like a lot of women often feel like they can't flex, and they gotta play damsel in distress, because they don't really want to make the man feel like you can't do nothing.
And that's something I don't agree with, because I feel like, from a man perspective, like, I've been asked the question, could you date someone that makes more money than you? Absolutely. And if someone is rich and they're dating me, obviously there's more than just money that I'm bringing to the table.
Absolutely,
that's why you're dating me. But for me, if I'm with someone and you're at a certain level, I don't want to pull you down to make you comfortable, to make myself comfortable with you. In my mind, it's okay, I gotta elevate my shit and get up there with you.
That's the fucking, that's it.
And that to me is how it should be, even in friendships or no matter what. Like, I don't ever feel like you should pull someone down to a certain level. I feel like if it bothers me that much, it's on me to elevate myself to where
you're at. And that's when it goes to you when you say it's the effort. Like, it's the person. Does this person inspire me to want to go that mile to make that stretch? Or am I going to say, nah, I'm good with this person, I'm going to go find somebody else?
The dating within your bracket. Because if you know deep down inside, you not know, I'm going to go try to get it dude, and you're with I'm going to get it woman. That's when the issue arises. Because, like, this girl is going to move. And she wants you to move with her. Or this guy is going to move. And he wants you to move with him. But I just feel like it's more so women that pull the men versus the men that pull the women. Like, I feel like men are okay if a girl is working at Starbucks. Like, if a dude is a Fortune 500 dude, it's more likely to see that man with her versus a girl who's up here with a dude that work at McDonald's. I feel like that's really not the thing.
Because in most cases in society, it's always been looked at as men being more the provider than women. So for a man, it's just like, even myself, if I go on a date and a girl's like, okay, I'm gonna pay it. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I appreciate that, but no, you're not. I'm gonna pay it. But the fact that you offer to and try to is something that I look at as like, that's attractive to me.
And that's me. I'm always like
I said, it makes you want to do more for you. It's like, you know what, fine, I'm going to hit you back 2 times or something. I'm probably get you a pair of ups or something.
Like, like something to show you my appreciation.
Right. So it's like, I appreciate the gestures. I don't necessarily really need it. Nor do I do want it. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not going to take it all the time. But the fact that you are not just sitting here waiting for me to do everything, so you feel like, okay, you fuck with me too.
I feel like men are more so simple. Like, I feel like with men, it's more so around the lines of like, do you cook for me? If I come home and it just feels like a home. Yeah. I feel like men are more so like, if I come home and I know I'm loved, I'm rubbed up on, I have good sex, you cook for me, maybe you buy me some clothes that look dope. Like, I feel like that's more like a man's thing, where women is more so like, I need to feel like you're my protector. And with me, as independent as I am, I always fear for like, I could lose this. And if I lose this, can you help me?
But at the same time, I feel like men also want to feel protected too. Not for like no physical danger, but come home and then this is where I can be myself, lay my head to rest. You got me. Like you said, a foot rub, maybe a little dinner, or then not dinner, Uber eats me something.
Send me something, I'm hungry.
But at the same time, you're gonna come back and then know that you feel protected within that space with the girl. Because at the same time, niggas ain't shit, bitches ain't shit. So you don't know who really fucks with you for you.
Right.
So you want your act in my pockets, or you want to be here for a long time?
Yeah, I guess it just goes back to like making sure that. So I feel like even though the title of this started out with dating while broke, we kind of chipped away at like it's not even necessarily the broke. It's the communication. It's the standards that maybe you have for yourself, and it's the conversations you need to really have up front. Like, if money, I feel like we like to undervalue how important money is in a relationship when it shouldn't be a conversation that we fear having when we date somebody. Yeah. Like, I feel like it's not a problem to ask somebody, what is your financial goal or situation? I'm not saying you got to tell me how much you make, but do you have any debt? Like, especially in our ages, like, we're older now. Like, I'm 29, you're 34. How old are you? 33, 31, 29. But no, I thought you was no. Oh my God! But I'm just saying, like, us getting older, I feel like those conversations need to be more upfront so that it eliminates a lot of stressors in the end. Well, yeah. So that, like, or just tell you if this person is really the person. Like, what is your idea of fun? We shouldn't still be asking, "What's your favorite color?" Basically, or "What's your favorite movie?" Who gives a shit? We'll learn that along the way. Like, I'm trying to build a future with this person, and if this person is willing.
Yeah, it was cute when we were in our 20s.
Yeah.
Early 20s.
I have a friend who's a relationship coach, and she actually says that that's like one of the first things that you should do when you're trying to date. Like, make your expectations known up front. She was like, even on your dating profile, like, you should let it be known. I'm looking for a committed relationship, a marriage.
I feel personally I've gotten further as I got older. But instead of trying trying to sneak
tiptoe.
Yeah, like me being blunt, like, yo, I'm not trying to be your new friend. Like, what's up? And I got further in my life with women that way.
It's
I
so
feel
true.
like
I
that's
prefer that. I would
important,
prefer a guy who would just be like, "Listen, I'm trying to date you," as opposed to, "Hey, mom, what's good? You looking?"
I'm just trying to see where
I'm
it
like,
goes.
what are you? What is all of this talking
I
to
was-
me to do?
This came like, yo, what's up? This is my intentions, and it's just like, oh, it was like that.
I didn't know you liked it.
But see, what you also have to be wary of is when you're in a certain position, and you can relate to this probably because you have your own. You can meet a guy who, let's say the guy kind of thinks you're cute, you want to get to know you, but he's not really feeling you on that level of like, can you see yourself with this chick long term? Nah. But you have a crib, and he's comfortable kind of playing the house man
Oh,
or the husband without the responsibility of being one.
You're talking about homosexuals.
I mean,
That's what they are. The men who come around just so they can sit in your house.
but that's what I mean, because like I said, and it goes both ways. But I'm just relaying it to you because so a lot of times you have to be cautious with how you approach certain things like that, even when it comes to your money. Because like with me, if I have someone that says, "Hey, you want to do this? You want to do this?" Even if it's a friend, it's like, "I'm broke." That doesn't mean I have $0 to my name.
No,
I have money.
I
just don't have money to do. Yeah, exactly. Like, but a lot of times I can weigh my options in my mind. Where it's like, okay, I really want to do this. I could financially do it, but do I really want to take this financial hit to do this right now at this moment? Are you worth this financial hit for me? That's a lot of things I think people weigh in their heads, even if they don't say it. Whereas a lot of people may be broke, but they have the money to do certain things that you're speaking of. If you're that important to them, they can do it. They can figure out a way to get it.
Like you said, it's about the inspiration. Am I inspired enough to do it?
Because back in the day, learning my way through dating, I've shelled out money unnecessarily on things that didn't progress nowhere. So it's like now I'm very calculated on like, okay, is this worth it? So at this point, it's like, you remember Eddie Murphy's like, "What you did for me, lady?" So it's like, is this going to be a good back and forth, and can I get something back from it too?
Is it a good investment?
It's not, I'm looking for gifts, but like, how do you make me feel?
So
I feel like you're sucking me dry, or do I feel good when I come around you? Like, are you even worried about how my day was?
Oh, so it's like pretty much like, because in the past, and we also got to be privy to that. Everybody has a past when it comes to dating, so we have our guards up, especially in our age. If we're dating somebody in our bracket, they have been through some shit. So at the same time, it's like what he said, not necessarily about being broke, but it's like, are you even worth it? But I do feel like I don't like when we get into that battleship of like, let me wait and see what you do. And then cause I feel like then sometimes it leads into a stalemate and we get nowhere.
Yes.
Once again, this is why I stress, somebody got to have the conversation here. That costs nothing. Like, if you just at least have a free conversation with this person and see what their intentions are, you could get somewhere. Now, if they turn out to be a snake later on, you can't predict that. Like what you just said about like a person like me who has to be cautious for these homosexuals. Like, they mask themselves very well. They will rub your feet, cook you dinner, all of that stuff. Give no shits about you. They just want to live in your crib. And that's it. I have literally witnessed this happen on both genders. Women who gravitate to men with partners and men who gravitate to women. So it's like, you can't see that necessarily coming. There's signs, but it's like in the beginning, at least you could say you tried to establish a real conversation and knew where the hell you were going with this. So I guess, like I said, it's not like a dating while broke. If you are one of those people out there who literally have no dreams, just on the block, whatever, I honestly feel like you should just not be dating unless you're dating somebody else on the block. No dreams. But don't be coming wasting nobody's time if you have no plan. Because I feel like we also got to think about the differences in drive. Like, I'm not saying everybody got to be a business owner, but just be about yours and know how to maintain your money.
Yeah.
Period. But that was a very interesting topic that went many twists and turns. And I'm really happy you guys jumped right on in there with this. Especially, like, what is it? Like, we'll be like season number 4? This is season 4. This is season 4, y'all. That's what we're going to say for that one. So tune in next time. Remember to like, follow, subscribe. And until next time, peace.